In today's LOL Jackson video of the day, the State Fire Marshal has reported 22 fire code violations at the city of Jackson owned Thalia Mara Hall. We've been covering Thalia Mara being shut down. It's an absolute dumpster fire down there, no pun intended, due to the fire marshal. Let's check out this story. You could literally die and burn to death. Well, I guess die and burn to death are the same thing. You could burn to death at Thalia Mara because the city's incompetence. That's not right. That doesn't seem like a good trade-off for me to go do business in Jackson. Why are they so incompetent, do you think? That's a trick question. Free the land, free the people. Anyway, here's the story. And we got two stories here, both of them about Thalia Mara. Give me about 8-9 minutes of your time. Again, State Fire Marshal has outlined 22 fire code violations at Thalia Mara Hall. Nice to see the state doing something here. I just did a video wanting to know where the state is with some of these bars and nightclub in Jackson with their liquor license and some of the, what I assume are absolute underage drinking violations, fire code violations, and other stuff. They need to start enforcing some of them too, since the city of Jackson isn't going to. All right, let's jump into the story from WLBT. Jackson has 10 days to contact the State Fire Marshal with plans for Thalia Mara Hall. Days after an inspection conducted, there revealed multiple, I'm sorry, let me say that again right. Days after an inspection there revealed multiple violations of international fire code. A letter and corresponding report were sent to the Auditorium Manager Angela Ladner on September 11th, 2 days after the fire marshal received a complaint about life safety issues at the 2,000-seat auditorium. Deputy State Fire Marshal Jonathan Owens and Deputy State Fire Marshal Zach Purvis inspected the facility on the same day the complaint was received. The report includes 22 violations of the International Fire Code, with inspectors finding multiple open junction boxes, multiple out-of-date fire extinguishers, blocked exit doors, an unlit exit sign, and combustibles being stored around a flammable storage locker. Are you kidding me? They do not take anything serious in the city of Jackson with this leadership. Nothing, not even your life. Not even your life do they take serious with stuff like this. Again, I hate constantly referencing back to a past life when I owned nightclubs, but we were held to the same standard because we were a place for public occupation, a nightclub. We did concerts. We regularly had that many people at them. So we were held to those same standards. We were inspected constantly by the city of Jackson, the damn Jackson Fire Department. Look, I love the boots on ground firemen, but the command staff, the people who are in charge of this, to have the audacity to run around writing fire code violations to small business owners. But the damn city owned Thalia Mara Hall fails 22 code violations, and the state fire marshal's office had to come do it. The city couldn't even, I'm losing respect for every last little bit of respect I had left for these people. I'm losing it. Again, if you own a business in Jackson, you know what I'm talking about. The fire department has no problem coming in, especially if you own a bar, nightclub, restaurant, something like that. You know what a pain in the butt it is dealing with these folks. And they own damn facility fails 22 code violations. That's rich. That's free the land right there. Continuing on. The Mississippi Insurance Commission also inspected Thalia Mara's only elevator, noting at least 9 issues on one elevator, including problems with its emergency signal lighting, the restricted opening of doors, and problems with the hydraulic power unit. That sounds deadly to me. I mean, all that could kill you. Free the land. Jackson Director of Communications, Melissa Faith Payne, shockingly could not be reached for comment. How many stories have we read in the last month since I really started doing these daily news videos? How many stories have we read that said the same exact quote? Jackson Director of Communications, Melissa Faith Payne, could not be reached for comment. Every single one of these videos, she does not comment on anything. Again, just disrespect. Now, I'm not even taking it out on her. It's her job. It is what it is. But she's being told, don't comment. We'll do it. Just ignore it. It'll go away. anyway, neither could, also who could not be reached for comment. My favorite title, director title they have in the city, Mike Williams, Deputy Director of Human and Cultural Services. Like it's a bunch of free the land fools when they when they use the word cultural in the title. It's like you're talking to a Democrat. Some of their favorite words: cultural, literally, and what's the other one? There's another one they like to use: problematic. Problematic. That's one of their favorite ones. Problematic, literally, and culturally, and cultural, and several others. We're just not going to get into them. The bad guys in World War II, etc. In an earlier text Friday, Payne said the city was providing weekly updates on Thalia Mara via their website, and that any information you guys need would be available on the website. The Thalia Mara tab on the Jackson website was updated September 12th. However, paint me shocked, it did not reference the fire marshal's September 11th letter. Oh, man. Council President Virgil Lindsay said the document was another alarming report, and that the city already has a team of professionals working on the facility, and he looks forward to hearing their plan to remedy these issues. Lindsay was referring to the city's ongoing contract with CDFL. At its meeting earlier this week, the council amended that agreement to allow CDFL to draw up plans for phase 2 of renovations at Thalia Mara, which would include replacing its air conditioning chiller unit, removing the escalator, adding a new elevator, and repairing the existing elevator and making plumbing repairs. The report comes about a month and a half after Thalia Mara was closed due to mold growth, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're not going to get into all that. It's a rather long, lengthy article, but I want to jump over here, give you a little more shorter version. This is the update that the city of Jackson has put forward on their website. And look, I'm telling you, I'm on record. I do not think the facility gets open. When it comes time to have to cut the check, they're not going to do it. I'm just telling you, it does not get reopened under the watch of Chokwe Antar Lumumba and the Free the Land Caucus. I want to be wrong, by the way. I don't want to be right here. But when was the last time I was wrong about some of this stuff? Continuing, Jackson has sought quotes from 2 remediation companies to clean up Thalia Mara Hall weeks after the facility was shut down due to mold growth. On Thursday, the city provided an update on efforts to reopen the facility via the city's website. The city expects to receive the remaining quotes for remediation efforts in the coming weeks. Once a firm is chosen, the cleanup could take between 4 to 8 weeks. Now, that's just the cleanup for the mold and all that. And they really don't know how bad it is yet. They don't know how deep it's gotten into the chairs. Are you going to have to replace the chairs? I'd say you got to replace the chairs. If that mold is ate up through through the seats and through the armrest, do you really want to run a chance of sitting on that? I'm just asking. I mean, I've never really dealt with much mold stuff. Just throw it away. Do you really want to clean it? And look, some of these companies do really good work. I'm not knocking them. They know more about it than I do. I don't know. That seems like a big liability. Let's see here. It says it could take 4 to 8 weeks to get it going. The update comes nearly a month and a half after the auditorium was shut down after microbial growth was found there. Since then, multiple high-profile shows, including 2 internationally known comedians, including 2 far internationally known comedian Kevin Hart, have been canceled. They got a timeline of all the shenanigans. And of course, Jackson Director of Communications, Melissa Faith Payne, denied our request for interview. The city's she denied the request to interview Mike Williams, the Deputy Director of Human and Cultural Services, saying online updates would be the only information provided. They just do not care. They're just looking right at everybody and saying, F all y'all. That's how they're treating everybody. And look, I'm always honest to a fault. It's detrimental to my finances. I'm so honest. But I want to say this. Is it even worth it at this point? They've let it go so bad. It's just like the water in Jackson. The Free the Land Caucus, their model for fixing things and repairing things is letting it fail so badly. And we just to the point of catastrophic failure. And then Big Daddy government, whether it's the state or federal, having to step in to fix it. I don't think they should. I don't think they should give them another damn penny for Thalia Mara Hall. Let them figure it out. I think they got like 1.5 or $2.5 million that the state gave them this last year. Kingfish had the exact number. I don't remember what it is over at jacksonjambalaya.com. Nobody likes seeing stuff shut down less than I do. I mean, it's the whole nexus of the Save Jackson platform when I started doing this called Save Jackson. It was save businesses, save buildings from shutting down and being abandoned. That's what it was all about. But there's a point where you have to say, is the juice worth the squeeze? Now, I think it is inevitably, because if you lose this, it's done. As far as the performing arts and cultural events being held in Jackson, because they're not going to just start doing them at the convention center. It's not built for that. And hell, if that was the case, I can assure you they would just start using the convention centers in the outlying areas, City Hall in Brandon, Clyde Muse and Pearl, so on and so forth. If they lose this, it's a wrap. There's no, well, we'll just do them at another venue. The Coliseum don't work for this stuff. I mean, technically it could, but it's very expensive to bring in staging and full production and all that. That's already built into Thalia Mara Hall. And again, just beating a dead horse here. They don't care what I think. And I firmly believe that if these were more culturally Black significant events that were being held at Thalia Mara Hall, that there would be a different priority level for it. I just firmly believe that. And I'm not even saying that's wrong. I think we're all just naturally inclined to like what we like, and it's hard to prioritize stuff that you don't necessarily get into. I'm not a ballet guy. I'm not a symphony guy. I'm not a Broadway guy. I don't care about any of that stuff. But I respect it and I understand the importance of it culturally and for people that do like that stuff. Again, it takes a lot of talent. I'll never be able to do it. It's just not something I'm interested in. I'd rather go watch wrestling. Just being honest. I'd rather go watch a rock concert. You know, I'm way more meats and potatoes than I am fine dining. But that's just me. You know, I'm just, you know, I grew up in Jackson, but, you know, I'm urban redneck. Meat and potatoes. That's kind of how I am with my entertainment and whatnot as well. But kudos to the people that like that stuff. I hope they get this thing fixed for y'all. I hope I'm wrong. So they say whenever they get the final estimate, you're looking at, once they get boots on ground working, 4 to 8 weeks. That's quite the estimate there. 4 to 8 weeks. Well, so it's either going to take half the time or twice the time. Anyway, that's just me nitpicking there. But we'll see. Even if they get it, I say it's to close down at least a year. That's my prediction. It's closed down at least a year. Even if they're able to get the work done, get it fixed, there's not another event there for a year, if ever. Thank you for tuning in to the Clay Edwards Show. This video is brought to you by my friends out at Men's Health of Mississippi. Man, I talked to the guys today and their free testosterone checks. I went by there. You guys have been replying and responding to these videos and these ads I'm putting in here. Look, if you're suffering from any of these symptoms, you could be suffering from low testosterone. Guys, frankly, if you're over 30 years old and you've been eating a traditional American diet, drinking a lot of beer, fast food, just all this junk crap that's been shoved into our diet for the last 30 or 40 years, it's a good chance you're suffering from low testosterone. Hey, first, they don't even have it on here because they have a little more decency than I do. If you ain't waking up with the morning wood, bro, you probably suffering from low testosterone. I'm just going to tell you. That's first and foremost. Are you tired? Decreased muscle tone? Getting a little bit harder to get you swole on? Lack of energy? Low libido? That's your sex drive. Circle that back around to the lack of the morning wood. Are you just not attracted to your lady anymore? That may not be her fault. That may not be your fault. That could be low testosterone. You got brain fog? You catch yourself daydreaming, not paying attention a lot, having a hard time focusing? That could be low testosterone, not ADHD. You could be on the wrong medication. Are you having trouble sleeping as well? Could be low testosterone. Text my name, Clay, to 601-327-8550 today. They're going to get you scheduled for a free testosterone screening. Again, I went by there today just to say hey to folks, and they were blown away at how many people have been coming out there. We had a big month in August, and they said September is off to even a bigger start. So check them out. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit share. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I hope everybody has a safe, blessed weekend. Hope you're Hope your high school football team wins Friday night. Hope your college team wins Saturday and your pro team wins Sunday. I'll be watching and enjoying myself. I don't know if Mississippi State's even playing after that butt whooping we got in Arizona last week, but if we are, go Dogs. Stay safe. Stay blessed. And you know what I'm about to say next. Avoid Jackson, Mississippi gas stations if you want to make it to the end of the weekend and start the fresh week on Monday with us. Peace out.